Hey guys, Ash here from C4E Tech along with my co-host Sundar, and welcome to another episode of Ash Answers.
Ash Answers is a show where we answer the questions that you ask on Twitter using the hashtag AshAnswers.
So without further ado, let's get to the questions. And yes, no SIM ejector tool this time.
When is Ash returning?
I'm back. So here's the good and bad news. The good news is I'm back. The kind of mixed news is that I might be going away for a bit again next month, not this month. So yeah, we'll keep you guys posted. Follow me on C4E Tech or C4E Ash, and we'll keep letting you guys know.
Hey Sundar, did you watch Preet on Amazon? Caught red-handed.
Wait.
I asked you to watch it, right?
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, then he came and told me, yeah, it's awesome, go watch it. So I picked this question.
No, I said I heard it was awesome.
Yeah,
and
you
it's
said it's
Maddie.
awesome.
He loves Maddie. So I said,
I like
why
Maddie,
not?
yeah.
How to activate and use PIP in YouTube?
So with Oreo, you can't. You need YouTube Red for it. A workaround is if you log into, as in if you go to YouTube from the browser, then PIP gets activated if a video is playing in the background. Otherwise, there are third-party applications which will let you do it.
What do you think? Which smartphone implemented the portrait mode the best in flagship and in mid-range? I just updated my Mi A1 to Android Oreo today. I'm experiencing a huge battery drain. Is it another bug in the update or anything else?
I'd say portrait mode, I'd have to go with A1 for
Mid-ranger
and flagship. I'll have to go with Pixel.
I'll go with iPhone 10.
Pixel 2.
For rear camera, Pixel 2 for front camera.
We'll get to that. We will address it, guys. It's coming soon. There is a question I have pegged for it. Okay. As far as the Oreo update goes, if you have the latest update, you still are facing issues. The only thing we could suggest is probably do a factory wipe and see if it exists.
I even heard it was paused again.
It is?
I'm not sure. What do you...
Cool. We get to do a third video now on the same things. Nice. Thank you, Xiaomi.
If the rumors of ending the iPhone 10 are true, then what will happen to the software support?
I highly doubt Apple would stop software support, because even for crazy old phones, they still do provide support.
Yeah, so iPhone 5C was stopped.
Yeah, but the iPhone 5C is old AF. So I do think that software support should not be an issue. Xiaomi Mi A2 is being waited and anticipated for, or the Mi A1 was successful for the hardware or software or a combination of both. I didn't get the first part of your question. Yes, we are waiting for it, but why was the A1 successful is what I figured from the question. I'd have to go, it's a combination of hardware and software, which is kind of evident by the A2. If the rumors are to be believed, if the 6X turns out to be the A2, and if the A2 comes with a Surge S2, I can guarantee you, okay, I'm not going to guarantee as far as Xiaomi, but I'm very confident that it won't be as well received. One of the biggest highlights is the fact that it was a 625 and it had stock Android on it, because generally the flagship Snapdragons, yes, we get it with stock Android, various brands like even Moto themselves do it, but the mid-range Snapdragons outside of Moto, we don't find a lot of takers for stock on them. Nokia does it in flagships, and then we've got some, I think even Axon has a close to stock. Is it Axon? I'm not sure. ZTEs? No, I'm not sure. I can't remember, but then there are...
Oreo update is close to stock is what I read.
Okay, so there are a couple of brands who do that. Razer gives us close to stock implementation. So on the flagship chips you can find it, but mid-ranges, the popularity of the A1 is the fact that it was Android 1. So, but with A2, if it turns out to be the Surge S2, I highly doubt it would be as popular.
We lose custom ROM support as well. 2017 was full of bezel-less design. What do you think will be the trend in 2018?
Bezel-less design.
True bezel-less design.
True bezel-less design, because 2017, when the Mi Mix 2 came out, they called it bezel-less because it genuinely, the renders seemed like it didn't have bezels.
Mi Mix 1, you mean?
Mi Mix 1, I'm sorry. Okay, the renders made it look like it didn't have any bezels, and then everybody started, even Samsung wouldn't market it as bezel-less, that's why they called it Infinity Display. But then, especially with the Chinese brands, they have like with Doogee and stuff, they've got like, thank you people backing your car up, thank you. You like it, right? Airtel. Airtel. Of Napoli. If any Friends fans out there, you probably get what I said. Anyway, so what was I saying? I lost track of stuff. Guys, this is my 4th video for the day, and I still have 2 more videos to shoot. So, I mean, Sundar has been, right from the morning, he's been laying back and saying, hey, I handled the channel for 2 weeks, now it is your turn to shoot.
I didn't say that.
So he's been doing nothing, and I've done 3 already, this is number 4, and then I've got 2 more. That's my life. And Sundar says, hey, I gotta leave early. Yesterday he left early. Today he needs to leave early. Today he came late. Yesterday he came late. The day before he came late. The day before that he came late.
I come late on
every day. So anywho, the next time he comes in on time, I would probably tweet saying, yay guys, let's celebrate. Okay.
Which is tomorrow.
Tomorrow we're not even working. That's why he's so confident. Coming back. So then
like Doogie
started calling thick bezel phones as bezel-less, right? Their renders were like just like the Mi Mix, but
bezel-less at the top.
Bezel-less somewhere, alright? Probably in their heads. So what we are terming as bezel-less today isn't really bezel-less, and I'm expecting to see the bezels shrink even more in 2018. Under the screen fingerprint scanners might start up, but I don't see that catching on a lot this year. 18:9 panels. Huh? They're not going mainstream. 18:9 panels with what do you say? Shrinking of bezels is what we could expect.
How do you choose the winner for the giveaway? Do you think the Mi A2 will come to India? If so, will it be stock Android?
Mi A2 we already answered, but I definitely feel it will come to India. If the A2 is gonna exist, it would definitely come to India. Winner for the giveaway depends on who pays us the most money. So we basically have an offline auction, and people paid.
Bandhanja paid around 40,000 rupees for the OnePlus 5T Star Wars edition.
Yeah, so we decided to give it to him. Yeah. This jokes apart, Gleam does it. It's a random pick from Gleam. So you just press a button, and then Gleam gives you whoever wins. So that is how it works.
Why isn't Ash picking questions for Ash Answers from the last 5 to 6 episodes? He did.
It's because I usually do. Last 2 episodes I wasn't here. Otherwise it's me, because Lord Superior, the rich guy,
discriminating.
The rich guy. He goes like, do you want to shoot Ash Answers? If you want to shoot Ash Answers, then go pick questions. And I'm like, dude, we need to go live tomorrow. He's like, okay, if you wanted to go live tomorrow, then go pick questions. And there's not really much I can do about it, because then if I say something, then he'll be like, okay, you pissed me off. Let's see what happens to this phone. Guys, build quality issue. Okay, that is where it has a dent. And stuff like that happens. So I'm like, I'll go pick questions. Last 2 weeks, because I wasn't there, he did.
Guys, I've been handling the 9 Lite so carefully. And
why? Because I wasn't here. I didn't piss him off.
Yeah, but
if I'm here and I do something he dislikes, it'll break.
I've been picking questions for the past 5 to 6 weeks, and I haven't broken anything in that period of time. Right?
But are you buying what he said?
Which is your favorite social media application and why?
Twitter! Because you just posted questions on Twitter.
Okay. Social media platform or the application?
Application is again Twitter.
Okay.
The Twitter app. Okay. I don't know. I like Twitter. I like Periscope. Of course, YouTube. I don't like Facebook. What about you?
I'd go with Instagram. Simple interface, but I hate the desktop site.
You can't do anything from the desktop. That's annoying. But yeah.
When clicking pictures at night for camera reviews, do you guys use Flash? Nope. If we do, we'll mention it in the video.
Yeah. Because Flash, there's not a lot to talk about it. There's not a lot.
It eliminates the subject, but you completely lose the background for the most part.
So yeah, selfie flash actually makes more sense than a rear flash.
Yeah.
Rear flash, mostly if you're shooting something wide, then it makes no sense. It's gonna make no difference. If you have a few subjects to your front and you're shooting something, it does make sense, but that's not a common use scenario. So most of the times we skip out on flash.
What difference does it make in using Type-C port instead of microUSB?
So Type-C, theoretically, faster transfer speeds, reversible, yeah, that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
So, and now that it is the superior format, everybody is adopting it. So when a brand still uses microUSB, they're basically cutting you off. In the next 2 years, more and more phones will come out with a USB Type-C. So then you walk into somebody's house, hey, you got a charger, the chances of them having a Type-C cable would become more than them having a microUSB. Not really, I'm just exaggerating a little bit for effect.
But 2 years from now, it is possible, right? You can see it coming.
People would still have it. I mean, probably. So anyway, it's a good chance people might not even. But then again, that's the reason why we keep insisting, like, come on, why Samsung, why? Or why Xiaomi, why?
Presently, what's the best phone with a huge battery and a Snapdragon 600 series processor under 18K? Or should I wait for the Redmi Note 5? Lenovo P2?
Yep, that's probably the biggest battery you'd get.
5000 mAh.
Yep, but then again, Lenovo support is finicky, but still, that in itself is a good phone with an AMOLED panel and all that. So,
or you could go with Mi Max 2
if you want that huge a phone. If you want something around the Redmi Note 5 size, the Redmi Note 4 size, then wait for the Redmi Note 5. The Redmi Note 4 is good, but then the 5 should be better, right? 18:9 is all the rage these days. So if I were you, if I waited this long and if I have a functioning phone, I'd definitely wait for the Redmi Note 5.
Which car does Ash drive? Because Sundar won't give him his Jag.
Because Sunday won't give him his Jag.
Sunday.
I like that. I drive a 6-year-old
Chevy
Cruze. And Sundar, there were so many questions about why you wouldn't let me drive the Jag. And guys, here's a correction, right? Just because he got 2 episodes where I couldn't really say anything, he went on and on about, oh, the car is too big. Just go check out the actual measurements, right? It's as long as the Cruze.
No, it's not.
It is.
It is much longer.
It's just a little bit wider.
No, wider and longer.
Okay, a tad bit longer. You're also longer than me. So does it mean I wouldn't let you sit on cam because you're longer than me and you're not, just look at that head. On top of that length, he still has all this. Like, this is his cut down version. Talking about that, reminder for the tweet, 3,000 retweets and we get to shave all this off and then match the length of the head. Like for once, I mean, if I have hair, then whatever. So, he went on so many freaking annoying explanations which are all untrue. My apologies to all those people who wasted your time for the last 2 weeks listening to those explanations.
All I said
false.
Was true.
No.
Why no one mentioned Nokia 62018 in expected phones in 2018 video? It's a great phone, right?
We didn't feel that way.
Yeah.
Guys, see, there are a lot of... this is the difference again between me and Sundar, right? Here's the point where Sundar would go for a pre-card. Because the Nokia 6 2018, the unboxing is going live on Tuesday. Alright, but I like you guys. I'm gonna give you spoilers to my own video. So the Nokia 6 2018 has a step back in quite a few ways. One of those, yes, internally it's awesome, but it doesn't come with an 18:9 panel, which is something we expect for 2018. And on top of it, see, this is how the trend is. What brands are doing is they're making the sizes of the panels bigger because it's getting longer. It's becoming more Sundar displays. So on the other hand, Nokia's kind of made it smaller, but not really. It's a 5.5-inch panel, but with on-screen keys, where we used to have capacitive keys. So that is kind of a bummer. Now, that would be forgiven if not for the fact that they went ahead and removed one of my favorite features. That earpiece doesn't double as a speaker anymore. Why? It was awesome. One of the things I really loved about, but it is what it is. So, it's little things like this, which means, again, it's a 630. 630 is not in a lot of mid-rangers yet. But this year we're talking 660, we're talking 670, we're talking 636.
And no dual cameras.
No dual cameras. So all those things that became standard towards the end of the 2017, the Nokia 62018 lakhs. It's got stock Android going for it, which is again a definite pro, and it's got with the 630 is an excellent chip, definitely a huge step up from the 430. So I'm not saying it's a bad phone, I'm not saying it's a phone I wouldn't like in my review. I really don't know, I'm gonna use it, I might probably like it, but it has nothing to really stand out.
Look forward to.
Yeah. As in, if I've got to pick one, that's definitely not just, I mean, it doesn't top out anywhere.
Yeah, you wouldn't pick it over the Mi A2 or a G6 Plus, right?
Unless the Mi A2 has
that's
the Surge S2 as per leaks after I did that video.
Why do people not like the notch in iPhone? I'm not an Apple fan, but I personally felt it made them unique and ended up liking the design even though I don't like iPhones. Unlike LG and Samsung, which look similar, and OnePlus, Chinese, which copy, I don't know.
Anyway, let's get back. See, I just bought an iPhone 10 when I was in Dubai.
And he loves it.
I do like it. I don't love it. Alright, I don't hate it. See, but then again, there are things I definitely kind of dislike. The notch. I did like the notch when I was like, just like you, when I was just looking at the phone, it felt unique. You know, you look at it, you immediately know it's an iPhone. It's all cool. Totally with it. Liked it a lot. Then I got onto the flight on my way back to India, and then I played, in Dubai, Friends is available on Netflix. It isn't in India, so when I signed into my Netflix account, there was Friends, so I downloaded a lot of stuff for offline playback, and then I was on the flight and I started playing it. And then there's the side part of the footage. Even once you zoom in, it's kind of above and below the notch. That was so damn annoying. It's like the regular footage, but then there's one part that's missing, and that was really annoying. It's I don't know, if they gave us a option to just leave that entire part black, not both sides, but just one side black, because the notch is really annoying that way. When using in portrait mode, I'm totally cool with it. When you switch to landscape, that's when the notch really starts getting annoying. Again, not a big issue, not enough for me to really, I mean, at least not as big as the pricing issue, but then, it is what it is. So I guess once you start using the iPhone 10, that's something you really start getting annoyed with.
It's expected to return in 2018 iPhones as well.
Okay, cool. I mean, I don't mind the fact that it exists. If they could give a software solution, wherein with apps, if you're in landscape mode, then if you're watching a video, this part is totally blacked out. Right now, with Netflix, you can not zoom in, and then you'll have black bars to both sides, which kind of defeats the purpose. What did the poor bottom bezel do? It didn't do anything to offend me. Why should I turn it off?
What's the name of some kind of flying game in the Honor 9 Lite review video? It was cool.
Some kind of flying game.
Not really. Go plane. Go fly.
Go fly.
Apartment renovation update.
It's happening, guys. It's draining money. It's like making me bleed money. It's like so damn freaking expensive. Initial estimates, it's just everything's like going through the roof. Day before yesterday, I'm like sitting and seeing how much it's still gonna cost me, and it's basically emptying out my account. So I'm waiting for payments to come in, but then that's not the hold up. We should probably go there in 2 months. I don't know, probably 2 months. End of March is what they are currently saying. So yeah, awesome. The sad part is a lot of changes that I wanted to do. I don't have the money to do them. So even in the new place, you probably won't notice a difference to Ash Answers, because this is still gonna probably be our backdrop. We will have more space. Huh? It will be the backdrop, but we'd have a lot more space. Okay. So it'd be a lot further.
Away from the camera.
Yeah, and this part would be a lot more blurred out because we'd get the space. But to switch things around, to get new backdrops and stuff, it's still a work in progress. We would move far before we could get that done.
What did Ash think of the last 2 episodes?
So Harris did a good job, and let's leave it at that. So it's jokes apart. Harris did a good job, and let's leave it at that. Okay, this time for real. Jokes apart.
Jokes apart. So Sundar did an amazing job.
Okay, I can't. I'm just.
Okay, fine.
There were a lot of veiled Apple supportive things. Like I really don't have the, like, since we have like, today we'll have 5 videos in production. So everybody is totally tied up with it. I don't have any manpower to allocate to digging through those 2 episodes and building all those passive aggressive shots at Android and those all those
passive aggressive shots at Android.
As in the justifications for iOS. It's like basically, yeah,
I
the
don't
iPhone
even
10 is
remember
very,
talking
very
about iPhone.
No, the iPhone 10 is very overpriced. It's like it is very overpriced. I mean, for this price, we could probably buy OnePlus 5Ts. But then, OnePlus 5T doesn't have the A11 and the better cameras. But still, for the price, it is okay. The kind of, elevating Apple without actually saying it. Generally, I cut him off when he does it. And Harris didn't. So he had that,
freedom to speech.
The first thing I did once I came back was tell Shah Rukh, dude, I want all those parts cut out. This episode, I wanted to open with just a montage of all those parts of whatever he says and then like, let's go. But then, sorry guys, short of time. Tomorrow we've got the fan meetup as well in Chennai.
3 p.m.
3 p.m. Semalipunga. If you're in Chennai, please come join us.
No matter where you are from, you're invited.
Yeah, he's rich. He'll pay for your tickets.
Yeah.
Wherever you are, just you can fly in and he'd reimburse you right there. And if he denies it, you could drive back on his Jag. As simple as that. And he's still saying okay because his Jag is in the service center right now. He's not gonna bring it tomorrow. That's why he's all like smiles right now. It's not? Yes, we're going in the Jag tomorrow.
I'm not sure of that, but yeah, we'll try. Your opinion on OnePlus?
We're either going in the Jag tomorrow or he'll be posting Instagram pictures of the Jag with scratches to the side. I'm just saying. I mean, I have nothing to do with it. I'm just saying.
Your opinion on OnePlus?
Think about this. What if somebody actually scratches it and posts a picture on Instagram?
I won't bring my car. Your opinion on OnePlus capturing user data again in beta with Clipboard app?
That turns out to be half-true information. It wasn't even they weren't doing that. Check out the reports. Latest reports indicate it was a misunderstanding.
And how about the previous one? People's credit card info being stolen?
That wasn't OnePlus capturing data. That was a screw up at their server. Some people's about 40,000 credit cards information got leaked. I am shopping only on Amazon and Flipkart. This is why I don't shop anywhere else. Amazon, Flipkart, eBay, Souk.com.
Your thoughts on Xiaomi partnering with Jio entering the television market in India? Will it be a good option to go with?
It's rumored, right?
Yeah.
If the rumors turn out to be true, I am going to be extraordinarily happy. But
I'd be happy just for the fact that Xiaomi is going to bring their TVs to India.
Yeah. I mean, Xiaomi pricing, Jio pricing. Please make it happen, guys.
You have the TCL TVs, right? They're like great value for money.
I don't like the TCL TVs though. Because TCL, whatever, the few TVs that I've seen, okay, they have kind of issues, as in, not display issues or anything, but the software on it, it's Android. They had an Android 5.1 or something, but then it's way too slow. It's not just slow, it's glitchy.
Cortex A37?
I don't remember what's on it. But it's way too slow. That's fine, but then it's glitchy. At times you see this green screen popping up, and that kind of scares me. I'm totally okay with the software being slow AF. It is on my View TV. It's not really fast. On Samsung, it's actually okay. When I was in Dubai, in my mom's place, she had a 55 curved Samsung. The software was not bad on it. It was reasonably fast. I mean, a $29.99 Fire Stick will still give you better performance. So it's not worth. I still stand by my original statement. Do not spend money on the smart aspects of TVs. Here, it's more of the TCL, the glitches that I saw on a couple of, again, only 2 units. Do not hold it against TCL. But for me personally, from a purchase point of view, that's why I went View instead of, I didn't need 75 inches. I was happy with the 65-inch TV. But then that's why I went View instead of TCL.
Yeah. Anyway, what I was trying to say is Xiaomi will provide
better value for me than that.
Yeah, even better.
And with Xiaomi, I'd be happy buying it because quality-wise, I've not had issues with Xiaomi.
Why do brands always end up copying Apple? Like last year, they removed the headphone jack. Everyone started doing the same, and in this year, we can see the same trend with Face ID.
So Face ID trend is
Face ID is fine, but then the latest Mi 7 renders had a notch.
That's it. he knows I'm talking. He just jumps right in. Yay. What if he says what I'm about to say before I say it?
I knew you were not going to say that. Yep.
So you know what the latest Mi 7 renders, they actually have an... Okay, guys, see, this is what it is, right? The headphone jack, let's get to that. The Face ID, it's always been on Android. Okay, not exactly that implementation, but Face Unlock has been there since Ice Cream Sandwich, if I can recall correctly. So it's just something Android did and nobody cared about, and it was done. But today, once Apple has made it, a talking point with Face ID, no Android manufacturer is providing a separate solution the way Apple is doing. It's not hardware. They're just using the front camera to fake it. All right, not exactly fake it. It's nowhere close to as secure as Face ID, but they're just bringing up whatever's already there. Okay, let's just like dress it up a little bit. People are looking at Face ID now. Somebody buying it goes like, hey, you also have Face Unlock. Let's get that. So that's basically the trend. But the headphone jack, I actually thought about it for a bit. It has more to do with saving space. Brands would like to save space. Brands would like to keep phones, make them weigh as little as possible, pack in stuff as much as possible, keep it as slim as possible and as cheap as possible. Removing anything lets them do that. And the headphone jack, why didn't they remove it before Apple? Because, well, it was blasphemous too. They'd be crucified if they did it. But now that Apple's done it, it's like, just like Apple, these guys have done it too. And Apple has already Apple kind of sets the trend. Apple has kind of normalized it. That's what Sundar keeps trying to do. He keeps trying to say it's overpriced, but it's fine. He's trying to normalize the fact that saying, it's worth it. That's what Apple does. And that way, once Apple does something, brands are okay to follow. They don't want to take the first step because they're kind of afraid that about all the negative. Like if the first phone to come without a headphone jack had been, let's say, a Moto, and the negative feedback would have killed the phone. There, done. The only thing you'd hear about the phone, nobody would care what processor it comes with, what display, nothing. It's just that, hey, it doesn't have a headphone jack. Who the hell cares? But then Apple takes the initial flack, and Apple is Apple. Apple's got amazing fanboys. So no matter what, they would still stand by their brand. And
I didn't buy any of the iPhones that had no headphone jack.
Okay. Cool.
Not nice. An Apple fanboy.
Okay. An iPod Touch is just 11K and it's just an MP3 player. But still.
Even you were looking to buy it.
No.
You didn't.
I called him from Dubai and I said, dude, I like the fact it's small. I like the fact it's cute. And I found it on sale for around 8 grand. Okay. But I'm standing there. It's right in front of me. And I'm like, dude, I'm thinking of some way to justify the purchase. And there's absolutely no way I'm able to justify the purchase in my head. I like the fact it looks cute. But barring the novelty factor, there's absolutely no way I can justify this purchase.
Yeah, because for your kind of usage, it doesn't make sense to purchase one.
Well, how does your usage and my usage differ?
My usage, see, I keep shifting phones, right? I mean, even
even keep shifting phones, I don't. Okay.
He does, but then, see, where do you listen to music? You listen to music at office. You have iTunes.
Buddy, I'm the one who keeps having to plug in my Bose Sound Sports every day and a half. It's got 10 hours battery life. I'm killing it.
Killing it by...
Talking and listening to music, of course.
Via your phone?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a huge library and I find it hard to... And I create a lot of... transferring songs is
He's
fine.
Still thinking. Think about...
No, transferring... No, I'll say
now
right
go
now.
Back.
Transferring songs is fine, but then creating playlists every single time I shift to a new phone, it's just very painful. So I just thought I'd
creating playlists every single time you shift to a new phone. We have videos on double twist. You just tap once and it syncs everything to your phone.
It didn't work for me. I paid for it, paid $100 for it. It didn't work for me.
It works perfectly. I've been using it for ages.
Yeah, you recommended it to me. That's why I tried it. It doesn't work.
See? So it just... Anyway, guys, he's not an Apple fanboy. The iPod Touch is what you need to buy. Sell your phone today, buy an iPod Touch.
You talk like Saul.
So that's the reason why brands follow Apple is all we were trying to say.
The new YouTube policy is a big hit for smaller YouTubers. What is it that they should concentrate on doing
now? Thoughts? So guys, my opinion over here is going to be very unpopular. I actually feel the new policy might not be all that bad. Because initially there's not much that YouTube pays you anyway. All right, and the fact that there are way too many channels, and a lot of these channels aren't original creators, they're re-uploading stuff, they're just ripping off other people's content. The original creators, they are there for the for passion. Like, I know so many content creators that I've spoken to, like we did the creator hunt, and so many amazing entries, so many awesome creators, and one thing they all have in common is that they're doing it for passion. They're not doing it for a few bucks. It's because they genuinely want to get their creative talent out, and I don't think it's gonna affect any of those content creators. If you are a content creator, tell me what you think. I mean, do you really feel it's gonna affect you? I feel like it is those people who are trying to make a quick buck, those people who are trying to rip off other people's hard work and re-upload it. Those are the people who get to be identified, and copyrighted content and stuff like that. Those people get to be identified and picked out before they get to the monetization point. This means for all those creators who are actually passionate enough and who are working, eventually, not today, not tomorrow, not in the next 6 months, but eventually the overall rates, the ad rates might actually go up, which in the long term is more rewarding for those content creators that are actually working, who have the passion for their work. So at least that's my take on it, because at the end of the day, you know, what is that? 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours, which I would say would come to around 10,000 views.
40,000 watch hours.
40,000 watch hours. Sorry, 100,000 views and 1,000 subscribers.
100,000 views.
2.5 minutes of watch time is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Per view, which is relatively easy to do. But 100,000 views, yes, it's not easy, but then you put in 6 months of hard work, you'd get there. And when you get there, you would, let me rephrase it. Any content creator who is really passionate about his work, if they can get to that point, the amount they make, the kind of increase in ad revenues from the kind of money that all these re-uploading channels and all these people trying to make a quick buck, the amount of money they are ripping off, that would be spread amongst the rest of the community. So eventually you'd end up making more than what you would if all these re-uploading channels and all these kind of channels were continue to allow to make quick bucks. So for a real content creator who is really interested in what they do, I think it'll be more rewarding in the long term. And maybe I'm wrong. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But then you could just be like Sundar and be a rich guy and not even care. Jag. It's long. It's wide.
Is Ash back, and what about Ryzen build, given that it's now almost end of January?
Guys, I'm working with a few brands on it. I've gotten all the stuff from the brands. I've gotten all the stuff I need to buy. The only thing that's remaining is for Asus to send us the motherboard and graphics card. Everything else is here, right here behind me. Okay, so that too, the approvals have come and they just need to ship it out to us. So waiting for it. The moment we get it, the belt goes. Man, I'm trying to get it done before I go on my next trip. So,
your thoughts on the 25th anniversary of Raw?
I didn't watch the entire show. I did watch the entire show. I skipped through a lot of it. There were two things that were like outstanding. One was Undertaker returning to the Manhattan Center. So that was like, it was awesome. Of course, you know, when you look at Undertaker in those kind of small places, as in like small, Manhattan Center is small, right? Those kind of small, what is the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Arenas, small arenas. He doesn't do that anymore. So it's like such a huge flashback. Like the last time he was in that small an arena, and it was televised, it would have been like 20 years back, 15 years back.
The 25th anniversary was held in a very small arena?
No, they had it in two arenas.
Oh, okay.
So the first Raw was held in Manhattan Center, and it was in Manhattan Center, and the other one was, I don't remember. Another big regular arena. So I think it's the Manhattan Center. I'm not sure. Do not kill me for it. I don't remember. Barclays Center? What the hell? Whatever. One small arena, one big arena. That's all I'm trying to say. The small one is where they did their first Raw. Okay. So they still wanted to do it. Again, I probably am wrong. It's not the Manhattan Center. It's something. I don't know. I've never been to a live event, so who am I? So anywho, it was really cool to see The Undertaker return there. And the next one was basically Finn Balor. It was amazing how they transitioned. First, Shawn and Triple H come out, and then they bring out the New Age Outlaws, and then they bring out X-Pac, and then what's that? Razor Ramon, I forgot his name. Oh, okay, he comes out. Scott Hall comes out, and then the whole Too Sweet thing. Balor Club comes out, and that was awesome. And then finally, when everything was said and done, Triple H and Shawn Michaels, kind of everybody going around Finn Balor and letting him hit the coup de grace that was like the making of a superstar. And I'm a huge Finn Balor fan, so it was like amazing moment. These are the two moments I really liked. I'm not generally an Undertaker fan, but I mean, I like The Undertaker, but the fact that he loves The Undertaker makes me kind of dislike The Undertaker.
No, right.
Nobody knows. Okay. Basically, Undertaker got confused. He got kind of he was taken aback by how small the arena was. So his whole promo was kind of convoluted. So nobody knows if he's coming back. He probably will. The dead man shall rise again.
That's it.
And those are all the questions that I picked for today's episode of Ash Answers. If you hated it, go ahead, follow Sundar at C4eSundar and say anything you want. Just go ahead. Let him have it. Be as whatever as you want. That's totally cool, but do not dislike the video. Give this video a big, huge thumbs up. And I guess that's it. What else? Fan meetup. Oh yeah, and we are running a giveaway.
Yeah.
And you can kind of, above this hair here. Oh yeah, there, right above his head. There. Okay, click on that and you could check it out if you haven't yet. And I guess that's it. Thanks a lot for watching.
This is Sundar and Ash from C4E Tech.
Leaving for the moment. And see, you remember a few months back where he'd say, I'd never do a head shake for leaving for the moment. And nobody asked him to. He does it by himself now. Isn't that awesome? If you like that, give this video a thumbs up. Okay. So, Ash and C4E Tech leaving for the moment. Have a nice day. Spitting water. Flame. No. Guys, I keep giving him good ideas for thumbnails. He never listens.
Yeah, like spitting water on my face. No.
Okay, you're a WWE fan. No. So if somebody gave you a free freaking pass, you'd go. If it was the front seat, you would sit over there. Triple H would come and spit in your freaking face. And you'd be like, yay, DX!